Very good morning to all who is watching this video with us. We have Vinny and Raina with us, who has their own kids wear section and who is predominantly working very hard in order to cater the demands of the customer base, specifically in a specific niche. So I welcome you both. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us with me today.
Thank you for the lovely
Thank you so
introduction.
much. Thank you.
So my first question to you is, can you please tell us a little more about your career and how you both started working in the fashion industry?
So, to start with, Rena, you want to take the lead? You can start, then I put in.
No, you can start.
Okay, so basically, we are from different backgrounds. I was completely working in a corporate background. I've worked with telecom. I have worked with financial, like I've worked with banking sector. Post our babies, we were at home. We took a break because we had babies, and then we didn't know what we had to do, but we wanted to start something on our own. And that's when we thought of this idea, because our children were small, and we have daughter. The first one for me was a daughter, so I kept on shopping for her, being an excited mother. The first time mothers are always very overexcited. We want everything for our children, and this just went on, and it was her first birthday, and I was like going crazy about getting her a party wear dress. I didn't want like a normal H&M or a Zara because it was so common. So I thought, now what to do. So I started hunting designers. And when I got to know that, this was years back now, she's 7 now. So there were very few designers and there was no competition. So we had one competitor. I may say a competitor right now, but that time, though, I was just not aware of this industry. And, I went to her and I said, and I spend like about 10,000 for a first birthday dress, and I felt the pain and the pinch, but I was overexcited. So I said, no, I'm going to do that. Same, my Rena was spending about 12,000-13,000. So we had a discussion that, do we really need to spend so much? We can get this made. And somewhere back of my mind, always when I was working, I always liked fashion for my own self, and everything. And then when I said, no, I need to start something on my own, that's when this clicked, and it just clicked and clicked. And now we are here, we started. And now that it just, by God's grace, everything's been very, very great for us. And, it's pulled off well. And that's where we are here. From this to that, we are here now. So that's like, now Rena can continue.
Yeah, so I think more or less Vinni has covered how it all started. We have completed our MBAs. We come from corporate backgrounds. We have not studied fashion at all, but I still did my retail management course. I worked as a merchandiser. So that is something like helped me to grow the brand. Similarly, Vinni has been taking care of marketing and sales in all her corporate sectors. And she is from the financial background, as she has worked with banking. So all this put together helped us to reach where we have reached today.
Well, that has been a roller coaster journey, if I could summarize in one word.
Yes.
I would definitely agree with you. It's a roller coaster.
From hustling to your own children dress, to hustling and creating it as a brand. You have come a long way, I must say.
And I would
Yes,
also add
absolutely.
that when your child is actually growing, the first 5 years are very, very difficult, because you are also learning with them. They fall sick, they have new schooling, they have new friends, they have every stage which is different for them. So there were a lot of challenges wherein we had to put them to school, simultaneously manage our work. Everything was new for us, but of course we never gave up, and we just pulled it off well.
That's amazing. So, what has been your inspiration behind choosing a kids wear section as your niche in fashion industry? Could you please elaborate a more, because you have already mentioned why? Please elaborate.
So the niche fashion industry is okay. Rena, continue.
Vinni. No, it's okay. You go ahead. I'll add.
So the niche, why niche, is because I would not really very called it as a niche kind of a thing, but yes, because we are customizing, and because we are procuring the fabric in India, and when we are making it, things, the costing works a little different than what a costing would be if I take something from a China and just sell it off. And the China fabric, you know how it is. Like, I don't have to tell you how the fabric would be. It's
Yeah.
just a one time wear and it's gone. But we, keeping children in mind, our fabrics are very soft. We put a layer of astar inside. So there are a lot of construction. The construction is different. The construction, so of course there's cost involved to everything what you put in. So the costing would be around, we target about 1250 to about, we can go up till about 10,000 as well. But I'm saying that it's this category who would say niche. It's not something which will go like somebody on the, go. There are people, who buy from Bandra. There may be people who buy from these small local stores which have China products. They may buy at about 299, 399, but we cannot construct because it's all customization. That's when we term it as niche. So, I mean, Rena, you want to add something to it?
Yeah, and also like the way you're saying, what inspired us is basically because we were mothers ourselves. So we could see around, firstly, we ourselves were ready to spend. And we were excited, like the way Vinny said, with our first child, with our first children. And there was so much happening that there were play dates, there were continuous birthday parties. So we had to ensure that we had to make our kids wear the best at all the given point of time. And that's when we realized, okay, fine, there is a gap in the market, and why not catch a niche? But to tell you today, this is not a niche anymore, the kids segment. It is one of the fastest growing segment. And in fact, if you go to see whether it's apparel brands or footwear brands, every single brand today is getting into kids. But how our brand makes it niche is because we offer customization which other people cannot offer. Because like the way you said, there are parents who don't want to spend money because they feel in 6 months our children are going to grow out. So what we do is, in that case, we give them margins to ensure that that dress is going to be of utility at least for 1.5, 2 years, because there's so much margin that they can keep opening up the outfits and they can continue making their children wear it.
Yeah.
And also when it comes to, every child wants to have a birthday party. Okay, because that's like everybody wants it, be it, a niche market segment, or be it a, any market segment you say would want a birthday party dress. Then they have their themes on board, and the kids want the craziest themes now. Like, I want an animal kingdom, I want Elsa, I want princess, and anything. So to get these kind of customization dresses, when the customer comes to us, for example, there was this LOL, there was a concept which was LOL, and the mother came to me and she said, oh, my daughter wants LOL, but I'm unable to find it anywhere online. Because see, an Amazon and Hopscotch, or any you name the portal, a First Cry would not have these kind of dresses, because it's not available. You can Google it and check. But when it comes to us, then we go back, we see the doll, we see, yes, this is the color, this is, so that specific thing we made for her, and she was so excited and happy over it. So the theme based dress, again, when the parents come to us, we think over it what the child wants, and then we take it. So that's then, that's again a motivation for us, that we can create anything and everything now, like that ways.
And just to add in this, recently, like Neha Dhupia gets a lot of stuff done, customization, especially from us. And she literally pushes us at times from our comfort zone. No, you can do this. Yes, you can work on this. She has literally got a cape, like a Halloween cape outfit done for her daughter, for her husband, and for herself from us.
I mean, even that's
So yes,
amazing. You have a celebrity with us.
yeah, definitely. Neha has been like always been, motivating us. Come on, you guys can do it. You'll have to do it for me. You'll have to do it. So, that's when we can, now we know that we can create anything and everything. It is like, it's coming to us that yes, we can do it.
Yeah, even one push is required for everyone to move from the comfort zone.
Correct.
Absolutely, yes.
So, launching a new brand involves a long and tedious process. Could you please tell how difficult and complex this journey for you, and what were the challenges you faced initially?
So to start with, initially was very, very difficult because we, even markets which are local markets where we procure fabric from gave us, see, anybody who would want to spend or do anything, but when it comes to, a budget, everybody has a budget in mind. So when we used to go to the market and procure like, one fabric, one meter and all, it used to be very difficult because we used to get an expensive rate, and people used to tell us, no, 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 you have to come and buy at least 100 meter to get the discount, this, that. So we used to procure it. So initially, to be very frank, we have just been focused on giving the best of us to our customers and making like literally no money, because it was a startup and we wanted to be there in the market, and people should know what we are doing and we're doing a good job. So, and the fabric procurement was so expensive, so all these challenges were there. Then sooner and later on, like Rena started, because she's excellent with her e-commerce. She got like another e-commerce portals in action, and then that's when we started procure like 1,000 meter. From directly 1 to 2 meter, we reached to 1,000 meter. So when you procure at bulk, things are a little more cheaper. And when you construct at a bulk, when you are making at the factory, it, of course, the price works we get it at a better price. That's when, these initial challenges of fitting the costing was
Yeah.
like a big challenge. And then also, of course, reaching to people, like, it was like we had to do a lot of marketing, we had to do a lot of ads and, Instagram ads. And so there were every time, those challenges which came in between. And yes, we were new mothers as well as new entrepreneurs. So everything was, there were a lot of challenges which came in. But yes, I would say the basic challenges was getting good masters in place, getting fabric which is good, and getting at a good price was the biggest challenge. And nobody in this industry actually entertains person who wants like a 1 meter or 2 meter. It's a bulk factory, so all those things were, of course, the challenges for us. Zena, you could add like what challenges. I remember this is like something which was a big problem. And of course, these job workers, and oh my god, yeah, getting back to
Yeah,
those
and
days.
also to correct, and also to add, like the way we said, we were not from the fashion industry. So we have not studied fashion. We have not gone to an NIFT or Pearl Academy or done a fashion course. We had no idea about where to source fabric from. And we had no idea about even job workers. But if you ask me, my interest was always merchandising because that is what I had studied. But Vinny kind of had it in her genes because she loves fashion since childhood. So she has had that push of doing this. And we went out there. We have gone to Crawford Market, to Mangal Das, to Kalba Devi, and where not. And we have tried
Don't
convincing
forget
people,
Dharavi is
even
something.
Dharavi.
All
Yeah,
to places like in Dharavi, we've gone to the streets inside, and it has been like of course, like a roller coaster here, but good. Like, we've learned it. So now the learning is so strong because we started from the scratch on our own. Till today, we do things on our own. So we know, what is what, and nobody can actually fool around with us when it comes to
yeah.
materials, when it comes to job work, or when it comes to probably, an accessories or something, because we have hands on to it, because we've learned it from day one on our own, and we're still doing
Yeah.
it.
See,
Yeah.
people pay for courses. We didn't have to pay for course, but we learned from our experience. It was a learning. This whole journey has been a learning today for us.
You invested in your learning part rather than the
Yes,
course part.
correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct.
So, fashion industry keeps evolving at its pace. What are your plans in order to be in trend with the fashion industry and with your new startup?
So fashion industry, when it comes to children, because we do children brand, would always remain the same, because the parents would always feel that my child has to be comfortable, you know. When it comes to 0 months up to 3 years, they have the standard way of dressing. But yes, in this also comfort zone, we customize, like for a 3 month or a year old, we make them like you know, a palazzo, a crop top, which is very very comfortable. So more than this, you know, there is a dress which the child would want to wear. And when it comes to you know, when it is 7+ example, we have started with, you know, more of a athleisure wear as well. Keeping that in mind, we are going to put athleisure wear as well. So when it comes to, because see, as our children are growing, we see, you know, what their demands are, what they like wearing, what they, so of course, like I have a daughter, she has daughters, you know, so we know when it comes to them how their choices and preferences are changing as they are aging up. So all thanks to them and their friends somewhere who are helping us to keep our fashion on point, you know, and on par, that this is what my mama has to make it now, and you know, my friends would love it. So that's when you know, we are just on par. It's all the practical. So here I'm going to sum it up, like the practical, what we are in with our daughters right now, from day to day living, day to day, you know, work and everything. We are, you know, hands on with what is there in the trend right now, is all thanks to our girls, because they have friends.
And
schooling.
yeah, and like the way Vinny is saying, like, you know, we work with a lot of third party portals very closely. We work with multiple vendors very closely. So, you know, we do have discussions with them, and we do understand, you know, what is the trend, what is the forecast, what is it that is going to come into fashion, or what is it that is into fashion. So then we are always up there, like the way we said, we are always there to learn, and we are ready to change with time. We are not rigid as people, whether it's Vinny or me. We are open to change and open to learning. So even if suppose our setup does only party wear and we have to launch an athleisure wear, we'll go and find a factory which can launch the athleisure wear or work on the athleisure wear. We don't put our hands up and say, "Nahi bhai, हमारा जॉब वर्कर और हमारा फैक्ट्री सिर्फ पार्टी वेयर करता है तो हम सिर्फ पार्टी वेयर करेंगे." So there is where the difference is between us and other people, because other people just think about, okay, ये मेरा business है, ये मेरा fixed है, मैं ऐसा ही ड्रेस बनाता हूँ और मैं यही ड्रेस बनाता रहूंगा lifelong. But we don't think like that. We then we'll find fabrics and we'll find job workers who specialize in that particular category.
Because I think sticking to a niche would be like sticking to like being rigid and sticking to a particular idea, not moving ahead, and be like,
Right.
मेरे को नहीं करना है सब. I mean, the
Right,
changes
right, right.
that has been
Yeah,
happening in
we
the.
don't think like that. Yeah, correct. So we don't think like that at all. So we have a customization unit separate. Simultaneously, we are launching our stuff online. Like this Vinni Raina collection is mainly going to revolve around the infant wear, which we were not doing earlier. So this is like starting at 0, going up to 3 years. So we'll be launching with Hopscotch very soon. I think by the month end, we should be launching this collection on Hopscotch.
That is great. I don't have a baby right now, but for future, like coming after 7 to 8 years, future reference, I can keep your reference in mind.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, you
Raina,
should. You should.
a lot of things now, you know, we are also discussing and closing about for sneakers, and you know, that's the biggest gap right now. And when it comes to our children, now they don't want to wear these, like, you know, ballerines, because they're so bored of all that. So they feel, "Mama, we want to buy you, why don't you buy me a sneaker?" Because they're comfortable. So at this age, they really see a lot of comfort. So that's when you know, me and Rena discuss why not sneakers and something different, wherein, you know, it should match their costume. So there are a lot of things we are internally working, you know, as a team to grow the business. So I'm saying that that's when we are open. So we are learning every day.
That's fantastic. If you're learning is the ultimate process of life.
True, absolutely.
So my next question is: you both started this venture today together. What did you learn from each other along the process?
Patience, never give up, um, tolerance, trust, never give up, patience. And you want to add something else, Rena?
You have to be
Family,
very, very patient. Yeah, balancing.
balancing, and treating each other like like I would say that it's like one, that we are one, like working as a
Correct.
team, teamwork. So yes, there's a lot of things we've learned.
That's amazing. So what does your customer want?
The main
Sorry.
thing is happiness. Learned the main thing is that with after having n number of challenges, we're still always happy and we want to grow and we are still smiling. So that's the end to it. That this is what we've learned in life.
Perfect. So what does your consumer has to say about Vinny and Rana?
Rena, please take the lead.
Yeah. So our customers are very, very happy with the launch of Viinni Raina, because initially we were not concentrating on the infant section. It was more 1.5, 2 years and plus. But now that we have launched from 0 years to 3 years, the customers are extremely happy, because when the baby is born, at that time itself, they get a brand and they get, to make the children wear the brand the moment they are born. Also, because we have always stuck and we have ensured that quality is the most important thing for us. And when it comes to infant wear and newborn, at that time, the materials you use, the accessory you use has to be so child friendly. And that is something that we offer.
Perfect. So for Vinny and Rana, what's the ideal customer and how do you aim to promote it?
Every child is an ideal customer for us. One who's born is an ideal customer for us. So that's what we're targeting. Every child, every house should wear Vinni Rena. And yes, that's the ideal customer for us.
And here comes my last question for both of you. For being founders and entrepreneurs, give some learned lessons or advice that you came across during your career.
So as I covered up before that, challenges, facing the challenges, and always being happy is got our career here, and it's going to go up, and we are confident about that. If we're doing a good job, so of course we are going to go up in our career, and we are focused towards what we are doing. So focus is also one more thing. Rena, you want to add something?
Yeah, and like the way we said, this journey hasn't been easy. Yes, because we were working hard, we were hardworking. God has supported us, and to where we were and today where we are, there is a drastic change and a difference. The way we have grown. So, like the way Vinny said, somewhere we have to trust the process, we have to trust each other, and we have to have aims and goals, and we have to keep growing.
Perfect. So here comes to the end of an interview. Thank you so much, both of you, for giving me your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to
Thank
you.
you so much. Yeah, pleasure.